Hey everyone, how's it going? So today what we're going to take a look at is the drum mix I did for Side by Side. Now, the tracks were made available from Warren Hewitt from Produce Like a Pro, and I just wanted to show you what my process was. So first of all, this is the raw drums. Alright, so first of all we're going to take a look at the mix bus. Now, the first thing I've done is I've just got an EQ here that's just got a filter on it. So just controlling some of the lows and giving us a bit of air up top. Sounds like this. Okay, next I've got a low and a high boost. I'm using a dynamic EQ as well. Okay, then we have the T-Rex limiter. Just giving it a gentle squeeze. And then lastly just an L1 limiter. Not doing much. It's just mainly for a ceiling. Just catch any peaks. Alrighty, so let's go and have a look at the mix. So up on the kick drum, this is what the kick sounded like just with the mix bus processing. So the first EQ here is basically just high passing, cutting at about 350 for the low mids, and then boosting up at about 4K, and that sounds like this. Okay, then I bring in trigger. I am using mostly just a sample. There is a tiny bit of a live kit still in there, but it is mainly this kick here, which I also got from Warren. It just was the sound that I was going for, so it was easier to use a sample straight off. Then I've got a Pultec EQ here. This is where I'm getting a lot of the 60 boost from, 6 dB of boost and then 2 dB of attenuation. And then I've also got about a 5K boost, 3 dB worth here. If you haven't used a Pultec EQ, I strongly recommend it. Alrighty. Then after that we've got an EQ just to make some space for the bass later on. We've just got a little cut at 80 and one at 110. Alright, that's going to be relevant in the next. It's just going to allow the bass to sit nicely. And then after that we have an R bass. Now this is an awesome plugin. Okay, let's go down to the snare. Basically, I didn't really dig the snare sound, so it's basically a full sample. But there is still a tiny bit of live kit. Basically, just cleaning up, cutting out some of the low mids on both of these here. Alright, they sound like this. Alright, so they're now being bussed together here. So I have an EQ here on it first. It's just putting a lot of body back into it and cutting some of the mids. Alright, now trigger, here's where the sample comes in, and I'm about 95% here, so it's basically replacing the drum. What's nice about it is the gate. Listen to all the bleed that comes through. Alright. Okay, then after that we have 1176 compressor. Not doing much. 4:1 ratio. Alright. And then MV2 bringing up a lot of that low end here. And that's the snare for now. Okay, we come down to the hi-hat. Basically the hi-hat I've just cut out all the lows and just given it a little bit of a high boost. So alright, just add a little bit for the hi-hat there. The toms, basically we have an EQ here. Quite a bit of low mid scooping, a little bit of a boost up the top end, and a nice high and low pass filter. Okay, we've got the same for the floor. Two together. Okay, just tightening that low end up nicely. They're then being bussed together. We got an EQ just high passing. Okay, then we got our bass. Getting a lot of nice low end in there. And then just a T-Rex Opto compressor. Alright, now we come down to our overhead. Overhead, basically we're just cutting out a lot of the lows so that the close mics are doing, that's not interfering with our close kick mic. And we're cutting quite a bit here, which is probably where the snare will be living in the close mic as well. So it sounds like this. Okay, and then the room sounds like this. Just massive mid scoop. Just tightening up that low end as well. Okay, then everything's being bussed into the drum bus. And just sculpting a bit more of those low mids and tightening up a bit more. Now, the last part is the ambience, okay? So what we did is we got a snare reverb here, and we got the Abbey Road EQ in front, and then a deverb, and we're just using a plate on a medium setting, and then I'm just getting rid of a resonant frequency as well. Basically what we're doing here is if you have a live, snare or kick, basically you're going to get bleed through the microphone, right? So what this trick is here is we're actually going to copy down the trigger from above, and this would be a lot more relevant if I wasn't using the gate and trigger and I was just working more on the live drum. But what we basically did is we made the send pre-fader, and then what we've done is we've triggered the reverb from the sample instead. And I've done the same thing with the kick up here. So the kick drum, remember that was 80 before, so this is just making sure that no bleed's coming through and mucking up the reverb. Now make sure you send some pre-fader. Now let's listen when I put the reverb in. Okay, let's have one quick listen now with add any plugins again. Okay, so here we go. Let's mute the reverb. Okay, let's unmute the reverb and let's put everything back on. Alrighty guys, so thank you for watching the video. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask me, leave any comments, and I'll be doing a bass video very soon. Take care everyone, and thanks for watching and for all your support. We'll catch up soon. See ya.